okay in what was a very roller coaster ride of emotions. Because there was so much anticipation over one particular landmark. India end up with a very good score of 357 for 8 on this Wankhede wicket, which is getting progressively a bit more difficult to bat on. We had 50s, let's say close shave hundreds, 92 from Shubman Gill, 88 from Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer with a wonderful 82 of 56, especially those big hits, man. He was nailing those sixes like anybody else, and Sri Lanka felt the wrath of it. After losing Rohit Sharma, rare failure for Rohit Sharma. After Australia, I think that was the first time he's fallen in double digits, if I'm not mistaken.
Single digits.
Single. Below
After
double digits,
Australia.
first time since Australia.
I guess.
So, Rohit Sharma 4, then you had Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli 92 and 88, both looking in excellent touch. Shubman, in fact, he was 20 runs behind Virat, but then he overtook him in double quick time. But then Shreyas Iyer 82 of the most magnificent runs you can see, and I think that made a difference between a 300 score and a 350 plus score. Ravindra Jadeja with a cameo towards the end, 35 of 24. But India should be happy with the overall progress, isn't it? 357 for 8, game seemingly in the bag. I don't think Sri Lanka chasing it down. But there will be disappointment for two things. 92 Shubman Gill, which we'll dwell on it a little bit later. But Virat Kohli 88, 49th 100 there for the taking, golden chance. He will get more chances, but then this was the best conditions, slightly weak bowling attack, flat deck. Gentlemen, how bitterly disappointed are each and every one of you?
See, I don't think it matters to me personally that he didn't get there, although I do think that, and I think the main worry for me is that this will become like that 369 day long wait which you had between Sachin's 99th international 100 and his 100th international 100. I would not want that to weigh down on Kohli too much, even though I'm sure he thinks about it. Much as a lot of these guys will say, oh no, we don't focus on landmarks. Of course you focus on landmarks, don't kid yourselves. Everyone who plays sport is focused on landmarks, because landmarks, if you bat like this, you're helping your team win. So it was there for the taking, definitely, but I think he also fell to a ball which a lot of people were troubled with today, a slower ball, and in fact, as Siddharth rightly pointed out, those cutters became progressively tougher to play as the innings wore on. So I think Sri Lanka are also in a bit of trouble. But as far as the Kohli thing, look, he was batting like a dream. Very good conditions to bat, as evidenced by the fact that you've got 3 players who were this close to 100. He'll be disappointed, sure, but I think next chance he gets, he'll probably knock that monkey off his back.
Yep.
I anyways wasn't expecting it even when he was in the 80s, because I had predicted that I even feel that he might not get the 49 ton in this World Cup. He might get to those 80s and 90s more in this World Cup, but I'm not seeing the 49 ton in this World Cup.
Even against Netherlands, you think he won't get that?
I think Netherlands might not post a big enough score. Maybe.
India may bat first.
Yeah, or maybe if they bat second.
I see that is the only scenario how he doesn't score 100 against Netherlands if they are to bat first, let's say.
Netherlands do have a lot of off spinners though.
Yeah. But I will just say one thing. This knock of Virat Kohli, okay, kind of reminded me of the Sachin Tendulkar 85 at Mohali 2011 semi-final versus Pakistan. I'll tell you why. Because scratchy to begin with. Okay, there was one flick to the leg side which just fell in front of the fielder. Okay, but it was close. That 2-over burst that Dushmant Chamira bowled to him, he absolutely troubled him with that incoming delivery. One delivery which nipped back in. Luckily, the inside edge hit the pad and then went to Kusal Mendes behind. Otherwise, it was an edge. He was gone. Then another one which stopped on him. He got it back to the bowler, but the bowler couldn't catch it on his follow through.
Two things. One was that there was another one that happened between those two incidents wherein there was a leading edge which fell right short of Chamira.
One even went between his bat and pad also.
Yes, that's the one I was pointing
out. Yeah. And not just Virat Kohli, by the way. Shubman Gill was also troubled.
There is a bit of early movement with the new ball, and under lights it will only skid on a lot more, and that's why the cutters, Shami, beware. I mean, he's going to be lethal on this deck then. So, Virat Kohli ran his luck He weathered the storm, played some perfect cover drives, perfect straight drives. Okay. When that straight drive came and the cover drive came, that showed that he was in control. But yet again, if you look at it, entire batting lineup, he's the only guy, double-digit score, not to go past 100 strike rate. 8 balls. Prior to that, 8 balls prior to getting out, he had played 6 dots. He was trying to find the gap, but he found the fielder. That gave an indication that maybe a slight bit of pressure was coming. Then, unfortunately, Madhushanka coming round the wicket, he got the perfect line. The length was also spot on, and he bowled a cutter. Now, how did he get Rohit Sharma out? Cutter. How did he get Shubman Gill out? Cutter. Virat Kohli, same cutter. The only guy he didn't get out to a cutter was, you may say, Shreyas Iyer. Wide delivery. Surya Kumar.
That was also off base.
Actually, okay. Even the Shreyas one, he had rolled.
Surya Kumar.
Yes.
Surya Kumar was short. So, Kohli, 8 balls, 6 dots prior to getting out. That also played a part, maybe in building up the pressure on him, and let us not fool ourselves.
In fact, credit to the bowler in that case. Credit to the bowler to be a thinking bowler, which you accuse many bowlers of not being thinking bowlers. He knew that Virat was under some sort of pressure, because you know, dot balls always create pressure no matter where you're playing, be it at the start of the innings or be it, let's say, when you're in your 80s, 90s, whatever. He slowed it down to the extent that somebody like a Virat Kohli also got deceived and ended up finding the fielder.
The thing is, you have to even give credit. I think it was Dushan Hemanta who bowled that over. Kept the pressure, found the fielder, and that's why I think in the quest for trying something, he got flummoxed. He just wanted to push for a single, but it just leapt up from the deck, just stabbed it, and Patu Nissanka took the catch to break a billion hearts, or whoever were present at the Wankhede. And remember, again, the same walking through that stairway, Tendulkar had done the same thing. Everybody was trying to get a photo or something. Virat 88, and the wait for the 49th will continue. But yet again, this comes in the backdrop of two very interesting things that's happening in the Indian media space at this point. Is a milestone important or is it not important? Because 3 instances have happened with Virat Kohli in this World Cup. He had 3 opportunities to get to 100. 85 versus Australia, 95 versus New Zealand, and now this 88. 3 instances. He got one against Bangladesh, although we know the backdrop of that 100, how you may say slightly dodgy it was. But how important is 100? Fine, it's a landmark, it's a milestone. But remember, when you only focus on a number 100, a number 49, 49, 49, 49, every build-up is for the 49th. Now, Ashane pointed out, it can bog a player down. When Sachin Tendulkar was not spared, how can Virat Kohli not get bogged down?
And by the way, Sachin in his autobiography had actually admitted that normally I tend to, and this is, I'm sure him being very diplomatic about it, but he said that normally I tend to tune out such noise, but I will admit that the build up to that got to me a little bit. Now, if that build up got to him, someone who had already by that point been representing his country for nearly 2 decades, it will definitely get to Kohli too. They're all human at the end of the day. Let's be very fair. It will definitely get to him to some extent.
I think as of now, it's not playing on his mind because it's too soon. He just got that 48th not too many days ago. But if he doesn't get it soon, I think you are right, it might get to his head also.
I don't necessarily think so, because this is a Virat Kohli who's actually sustained a 3-year-long century-less patch also. So I'm not too sure if this weighs on him bigger. He'd like to tell himself, okay, I may not get it for 1, 2, 3, 4 games, but I've been through much worse, so it's just around the corner. And that's what I think Virat Kohli will be telling himself right now. So he may not be in that sense, in that sense of an urgency or experiencing any such urgency, because I remember what he said after getting that century against Afghanistan also. He's like, all this while... Afghanistan. Yes. When he broke that jinx, what did he said in an interview, I remember him saying that at the end I was just telling myself for that fleeting moment, and that feeling was over. And I was behind this, I was thinking about this for 3 years and didn't even last too long. So if he has that wisdom still there in him, if he knows what this feeling is like to be there or not be there, maybe he would know how to channelize himself in these key moments as well, and maybe not let this 49 weigh on him much more.
No, but I don't think so that, okay, what you are telling, what he said after that Afghanistan game, that is in totality of the 3 years wait he had done. But if 100 is not that important, we would not have seen that desperateness from him in the 2 games that he tried to get his 100 to in Bangladesh and in New Zealand. So I don't think that.
But he'd already scored so many tons in between.
But this 49th ton might get to him, and you can see that today also in the dressing room when he went back, he was a little disappointed with himself.
So was Shubman Gill. Yeah. Everyone knew that these were batting conditions, and you're not going to get these batting conditions every day of the week.
See, Shubman, I could understand with Shubman because he was one of the few. There was a list: Shreyas, Surya, Shubman, the batters who had to come to form.
True.
Today, Shubman came to form, was looking an excellent touch. I mean, the short ball, the drives, the cuts, the lofted shots, everything was working well for Shubman Gill. But again, the cutter that he bowled, it bounced up a bit more. And twice, if you look at it, Shubman Gill has attempted a late cut and gotten out. I mean, he tried once, he had the uppercut against New Zealand, got out in Dharamshala. Here, same. He tried to upper glide it over the keeper, got out. Kusal Mendes got the catch. So that's why I can understand Shubman Gill's this thing, because he wanted to ensure he got 100, shut off all the noise that said, oh, maybe Shubman Gill needs to be worried. No. He's hit 1 century in the 4 matches that he's 150 that he's played in the 4 games. There was never going to be a question on Shubman Gill at all. The one question, and I struck my neck out and said, Shreyas Iyer, you are playing with Shreyas Iyer until the final if India qualify. You are only making changes if there is an injury or if there is an illness to the team. Otherwise, it would be foolhardy to make those changes.
But one question that comes to my mind, and I know we sort of touched upon it, in the pre-match show. But now that we've seen the performances of both Shreyas Iyer and Suryakumar Yadav, there was a school of thought, or there were people who thought that, okay, Surya gave us 49 over there. How about we look at taking Shreyas out? I think Shashwat was also mentioning about this. You take Surya out of the 11. When Hardik comes back, you stick with Surya. You stick with Shreyas. You take out Surya, but bring in Hardik. That is what everyone. But now that Surya hasn't given you runs, what do you do now? I think would the answer more or less remain the same now?
Look, he is going to play the 5th of November game also. Suryakumar Yadav. Yeah. Hardik is not coming back for 5th. By all probability, Hardik is touch and go for 12th also. Okay. Now, will you risk a Hardik Pandya in the semi-final? You'll have to. So if Hardik Pandya comes in, the straight swap is Suryakumar Yadav. Look.
Now, that's what I'm saying. Is it basis what you've seen today, and now you've seen 3 Suryakumar innings now?
Yeah.
Right? 3. Is it basis? So are you saying it with conviction now that you've seen him bat today?
Or
were you sure of it regardless of what he did today?
Regardless.
Okay.
Even if he scores 250s, Suryakumar Yadav has to make way for Hardik Pandya.
Yeah.
Your bowling is balanced, your batting also becomes balanced. Which is why it gives you the flexibility that, okay, if a Hardik Pandya can do the same thing, 30 of 15 or 18 balls, why not? Why do you need a specialist batter and you're compromising on a one bowling option as well? Supposing, God forbid, Siraj or Shami have a breakdown, injury, then you will need some overs, right? Here you're basing your 5 bowlers on the fact that you're all fit. But what if that 1% Shami gets injured or Siraj gets injured? Where is your bowling option?
Another reason I think you were never making that change is because then it would require you to chop and change half your batting lineup. It's not like Sky and Shreyas are like for like number 4 players in ODIs at least. In ODIs, Suryakumar hasn't been that effective. Let's be very fair and let's be very honest to him. Great player in T20Is, no 2 ways about it. But in ODIs, he's kind of underwhelmed, and that's why they are basically playing him at number 6, where he can come and play his T20 like style templated play and then stick. If you have to remove a Shreyas to bring in Hardik Pandya, then you're potentially pushing KL Rahul to number 4.
Yes, you are.
Yes, you are. Then you have to do that. What if KL doesn't quite find the same rhythm? Then we will be the first ones raising questions as to why is it that you need to tinker with something that wasn't really that broken.
Yeah.
Shreyas is not a bad player.
No,
he has that
Susceptibility.
tendency to the short ball, but even that I think now is as much mental and not technical. I don't think his technique is a problem. It's that more often than not he's trying to show that I'm not going to be defensive against the short ball, I'm going to attack it. Started with that first game he played in the Asia Cup, Harisroff. He nailed the shot.
Found
Just
the
happened to
fielder.
find the fielder. Similar things was happening even with Trent Bolt.
I think Australia game as well. Again found the fielder, pulled the ball, found the
No,
fielder.
he
that
got
was,
out on covers.
That was he went for a drive shot.
Warner took the catch.
Warner taking the catch.
I think of
Hazelwood. Yeah. The other one where I realized this was the problem was Trent Bolt. New Zealand Dharamshala. Short ball there for the hitting. Unfortunately, he hit it and once again found the fielder. If you know that they're going to be targeting you with that, and you've seen that he's the kind of guy who can get runs by attacking spinners. He took on Dushan Hemanta, he took on Thikshana. He was even taking on the Pacers when they weren't.
But against England, I felt that he was a little surprised with that. There was something wrong with him reading the exact length of the ball because it didn't catch the ball exactly where he wanted.
Yeah.
So it was like a half pull. Like he didn't know, so he just went for it and just again taken by surprise.
Who had gotten him out in that match?
I think Vokes.
I think maybe that's the reason why he was surprised. When does Vokes ever bowl that good a short ball?
No, but the problem is even Shreyas in the England game was under pressure. 4 of 16. When he had only scored 4 of 15, he knew that he had to get out of jail. And in the quest for doing that, he played a very rash shot. Here he was already in flow, he was in rhythm.
And more than anything, I feel he is the batsman who looks the most comfortable again spinning in this whole batting lineup, if not in the whole world. I'll say
Because he counts the ball the way that he does to the 6 that he hit to Thikshana today, the 6s that he had hit to Shadab also. He hits it with such ease and such,
he plays spin so. He looks so comfortable against spin. He uses the crease. He moves inside the crease. He gets to the pitch of the ball. He looks very comfortable against spin.
Why do you think Thikshana had to bowl seam up?
And those Yorkers.
Yeah, because he was getting outswing, Thikshana. That is why he was getting outswing. And you remember one Yorker, he tried to jam it out.
That went.
the one that went for bites.
Yeah,
It was outswing.
4 bites.
It was outswing that Thikshana was bowling. Because he knew if he bowled a kind of mystery ball, then Shreyas was stonking them. 106 meter 6, now the longest 6 in this World Cup 2023. Shreyas already has 2 centuries in the sixes list. One, a 101 meter 6 versus Afghanistan in Delhi. Now a 106 meter 6, that was second tier.
101 meter was also against a spinner, wasn't it?
Or was it against a pacer?
No, it was against this guy.
I thought it was against Fazal Haq Farooqi.
No. I'm forgetting his name.
Rashid. Mujib.
No. Yeah, I think it was against Mujib.
Mujib.
No, it was against Mujib.
Don't call Naveen a spinner. Yeah, come on, that's my thing.
Yes. So, Shreyas, see, all the doubts so far have been cleared. Like, he was the only guy who needed to come to form, and the 6 hitting that he had, plus the strike rotation, he did everything.
More than that, the strike rate with which he has played the whole tournament, in the games he has got those 30s and that 50 also, the strike rate has always been near
80-90 types.
Yeah, no, more than that, over 100.
Yeah.
We'll have to check that, but yeah, you're right. He's generally been playing with aggressive intent, and that's a good thing to see.
Versus Australia also, when he got out, it was a drive he was
shot.
going for, which he was going.
And I think Sky, if he had to have any chance of upsetting that apple cart, needed a decent score today. At least get a 50. Yeah. Unfortunately,
he had 10 overs to bat, right?
He had about 10 overs.
Yeah.
And Sky, in a lesser period also, has done great things even in the T20 format. That's why. See, if you get Suryakumar Yadav in, you are unfortunately disrupting the entire balance and team composition of the team. I'm sorry. Get in Hardik, straight swap for Suryakumar Yadav, everything else is sorted out. Now, you are aware of the fact that, okay, we need not play we need to play our 5 best bowlers. Forget the number 8.
No, I don't think they're doing that. I think they will bring back the number 8.
Definitely.
The only reason Shardul is not playing now is because they can't trust him to be the fifth bowler.
Yeah.
But if they make that change, it will be mostly the semi-final.
When he was in the same team, and just to add to the point that Shane made, he was taken out of the side because how can an all-rounder who's looked at as the like-for-like replacement for Hardik Pandya also miss out on the playing 11 when Hardik Pandya is not available?
Because he's only a 6-seamer.
Exactly. So that tells you that he is not trusted enough to bowl 10 overs, and that's not an attack on him or anything. It just talks about the skill set and the utility he has in this team.
Correct.
It's about that.
Because
Second is the fact that you're also partly sure that there's only so many runs that he's giving me, which is why it sort of strengthens my case as to why I don't want him in the side right now. Because I'm getting a better bowler and I'm able to fit in somebody like a Surya right now.
This argument, again, I'm saying this is where if you have like a certain team composition or the team management has that composition in mind, you need to do something extraordinary to blow it out of the water. Why I was saying Sky needed a big knock today. They still have an out in Siraj. Siraj's form hasn't been great. Unless Siraj goes out there and gets another 6 wickets, then it's a different matter altogether.
This, by the way, I was in fact, in the dying stages of this innings and we're not too far away from play resuming. But I actually think, since you mentioned about that game, I think this could again be a big win for India, because Sri Lanka will again have to, go big from the word go.
Yeah.
They'll have to operate at a strike rate, at a run rate of over 7 and over.
Correct.
And that's always pressure right from the word go. Against this Indian bowling, which is breathing fire right now, they may as well just be, giving away the wickets in pursuit of this big total. So I think, and India, will make the most of such mistakes that Sri Lanka could end up making. And I think this is again, you could be seeing a 100+ run victory. This World Cup.
If it happens,
Maybe
see, today, today, if India win by whatever margin, they are the first team to officially reach the semi-finals. Okay. So, even I also feel batting's become a whole lot difficult. You saw towards the end those cutters, the slow deliveries. Imagine the skid the likes of Mohammad Shami will get. Unless Sri Lanka play some inspired cricket, then and only then they might be putting up a fight.
They'll have to play inspired cricket just to put up or make a fight out of things, make a good fist out of it. Otherwise, forget about it.
So Satish Swaminathan from
let's
the
quickly
US
take some comments.
said Virat did not want to spoil Sachin's memorable day at the Wankhede in front of his home crowd. That's why he went for his shots and got out. Either he's been sarcastic or...
He's very sarcastic.
Very sarcastic. But anyhow, you've still got Virat Kohli, still got few innings.
he's got he's got 4 games essentially more after this.
Plus, don't forget there's other matches they'll be playing also. There's
3 against South Africa.
It may as well happen. Again, let's not forget Bangalore against Netherlands.
As good a chance as any.
Unless they don't bat second.
You talk about golden opportunities. If today was one, I don't know what you'll call that as an opportunity.
Opportunity.
Ashish sir is saying even Hardik, if he feels fit, he'll be rusty in the semi-final. But that's the risk
you be so sure?
No, and even if he is, that's a risk you have to take. You don't have a player like him.
Exactly. You take that risk. As a team, you take that risk.
Even if, suppose, say for instance, if a similar thing was applied to someone like a Bumrah or a Kuldeep, again, players who are very unique.
Impact players.
Players. Doesn't matter if they're coming in the semis, I will take that risk because they can be match winners.
But with such players, you feel that, okay, even if this bowler or this batter can give me, can just stick around, let's say, for 10 balls or give me those 3 overs, I believe in that player to an extent that I feel that those 10 balls and 3 overs are enough for him to make an impact.
But will you be making straight away 2 changes in the semi-final?
You could. Again,
but right now you're just looking at one. Why 2?
I'm only saying one change.
Surya goes out.
You're saying one change.
Team will not in any situation would not go with just 7 bat, because if you notice already Mohammad Shami has gotten out to has come out to bat twice in this tournament since the time Hardik Pandya has gone. So there is no possibility that you will go with just 7 batters. Once a Hardik Pandya comes in, rest assured
in today's circumstance only. Can we just have a look at this?
Are you seriously suggesting that they will drop one of Shami or Siraj?
They are 110% going to do that.
Yes, they will.
You can take it from me in writing. They are going to do that.
I feel
if that is the case.
Shivam, can you show me the scoreboard please once? Let's see what time did Shami
if
into bat.
That is the
over?
case.
When did Shami come on to bat?
49.3.
So he would have come out to bat in the 48th over, 49.3. You saw Shreyas' wicket fall. How much of an impact do you see in similar situations, let's say Shardul Ravi making? He's at the max getting to play 8 balls in this particular situation.
But you're not getting in an 8th batsman for situations like this. you're getting in batsman at number 8 for situations like you, in which
Australia,
you had New Zealand, or you had New Zealand.
England.
When you were playing against New Zealand, if that total would have been just 30-40 runs more than what we had to chase down, it would have been a very
But
big
that's
problem.
the
I will
counter
tell
theory to
the
that.
counter
I'm not
yeah.
looking at that big a target because I have a fifth proper bowler with me.
But okay, this discussion we'll keep for after the match because it does seem like this is something we can talk about a lot.
Yeah.
But let's take a few more comments because we're now very close to, let's say, play.
The resumption.
Yeah,
That's
resuming.
right,
Freaking Awesome says, I feel going without a 6 bowling option is not right. If someone is injured in key games, that's it. It's hard to compensate those overs, especially if someone has
Which
to
I
bowl
pointed out.
7-8 overs. And that is something, by the way, we saw yesterday even with New Zealand. One of the things that really compromised them very badly was when Matt Henry got injured.
Yes.
They had to lean on someone like Jimmy Neesham for extra overs. And what does that do? Neesham in the death is just a license for scoring runs. That's exactly what happened. You don't have a 6 bowling option right now, and God forbid any one of your frontline bowlers pulls up, then you're doomed.
Which is why you need a Hardik Pandya. If he comes to the
Yeah.
semi-final direct, then if India does the foolhardy thing of dropping either a Siraj or a Shami,
I don't think that's reason good enough
all
because Shami
up there.
Shami is getting you the wickets in
Siraj.
bulk.
Yeah, you are keeping
No,
Shami.
but I'm saying Siraj is getting you the big wickets.
that's
He's
it.
giving away some runs, but he's getting you the wickets of people like Babar Azam.
That's it. I
In no situation are they taking the risk.
Anyway, this World Cup has shown that playing with an 8, proper 8, has been a failure.
Yeah.
Just ask England.
England are.
Where are they? Bottom.
England's failure has nothing to do with them batting 8.
Exactly.
They are
It's-
playing with that one gear mentality.
But then New Zealand also battled number 8. They're doing fine. I mean, yeah.
don't
they-
know.
No. That's what I'm saying. I don't think that has much to do with anything. I'm just saying if they want to, because I think the Indian team are not once bitten, twice shy. They're multiple times bitten and very, very shy. They
Yeah.
know that one big collapse is
But
always a possibility.
again,
Exactly,
it
that too in a
comes back
knockout.
to the same thing about,
If it happens when you're still playing 8, then what?
No, it can
The
happen,
battle
but you going out there, you have this thing that you have
why
the
will
eight
you
batsmen.
go out there thinking it's that bad day?
Yeah. Then
Because we have seen this in the last exactly,
Simple as.
and
That
we've
is
seen
the
all
point.
this happening in so many
I am saying this
knockouts.
for I don't know how many times.
a
now.
decade, I'm sure. A
You
decade.
play the best batters, you play the best bowlers also. Simple as
So
that.
you are saying you get in Hardik as your 6th bowler?
That's it.
Yeah, and after
all
so
that you need to
What's
do.
it that?
they are not gonna do.
I
that.
think they'll bring in Shardul too. Anyway, couple more comments. You've got Hemant RSVH. I'm not sure what that is. Says everybody in the Indian team is playing their role well except for the finisher role, especially on batting first. I mean, to be fair, it is the lower order today that didn't get you as many runs. Jadeja, were it not for his, I think, 35, I think he got.
35, 24.
Yeah, because KL didn't get you that many runs, neither did Sky. So your finishers in that regard did really not step up to
See,
the...
this point will be taken if suppose when you're 200 for 4, supposing 40 overs, and you're restricted to 250.
then it's a problem.
But today you will not dwell into it much because already you're 350 plus.
Because your top order really did the bulk of the scoring. Your 2-3, your one opener and your 3 and 4 got you big runs. None of them got 100, but big runs regardless.
Yes. So, any other further questions?
Go down. Let's see.
Okay. Piyush Nandre is saying Virat was 82 of 78 and then 88 of 94. Virat have 3 to 4 more years to come. He anyway is going to break that record. Imagine Virat wasting 15 balls in final for that 14 and India lose by 10 runs.
Hey, Piyush, that's a good hypothesis, really.
As I said, 82 of 78, you score the next 6 and 16 balls.
That's not
Make your
good.
own assumptions.
That's
But I feel that a lot of players, many of them do generally slow down a bit when they reach that 80
To be fair,
80
we saw
mark.
it yesterday. Even I think Peacock early when he reached
Yeah.
the 80s did slow down a tad. Rassi too. Rassi early on was going big guns. As he reached the 80s, he kind of slowed down a bit as well.
But was his overall strike rate impacted? Overall.
We'll have to
Yeah,
check.
but even in Virat's case, when does the overall strike rate get impacted? Once he's there, we know the fact that from 100, 105,
what
we can go to
strike rate did he
120,
play
130.
Because today, from 82 to 78, 100 plus, he's the only guy not to have 100 plus strike rate. So his strike rate did get impacted. But anyways, that kind of a situation now will not crop up. Because see, the Indian cricket fan is just obsessed with one particular number.
49.
And the
How he gets it, What are the circumstances? That be damned.
Not just the Indian fan, the broadcaster as well.
No, the broadcasters obsessed with other things which we will not mention.
I have given up hope.
Go ahead,
on
mention
India's
them
was
also.
broadcasting a long time back.
If they can
Anyhow,
broadcast, you can mention it.
Still not going to do it.
Action about to resume now. Jasprit Bumrah marking his run up. Anyone changing predictions by the? Who got the score right amongst
No
us?
one.
I got the predictions almost.
Yeah, there's nothing called almost. The predictions are either right or
Shubman's
had
done or Shreyas' big runs coming today. I
See,
did say that.
340 I think was the highest, and but then again 340 to 357.
338. So yeah.
Yeah. So
Anyhow, we're gonna catch you guys after the match gets over.
Okay, another question. Forget about the prediction. Are Sri Lanka crossing 50?
So that don't be mean to your second team.
Whatever it is. Third main team.
New Zealand.
New Zealand.
I think they'll get to about
As-
180 or so. Nothing more than that.
182, 220 I feel.
Maybe less than that, because again, don't forget someone like Kul. They've got plenty of wicket takers in there, so might just
180.
very well.
Yeah, that's
180.
the thing. Yep.
I mean, hey, sooner the better, right?
Let's see.
Okay, see you guys
Okay.
as always after
Two
the match
slips
gets
in
over.
place.
Two slips in place. Jasprit Bumrah running in for the first ball. We'll catch you after the match gets over.
Yep,
Bye bye from all of
bye-bye.
us here in the Sports Studio.